So again, Jennifer, welcome on this call. My name is Cynthia, and I am the social media associate at She Leads Africa. So very quickly to run you through what we do or what the SLA Ambition Report is all about. It's spotlighting African women founders, more specifically who are doing really great things with their brands or businesses and how they've been able to go from, point A to Z at the end of the day to help other young founders find their feet in the entrepreneurial world basically. So just to again to get started with this, I'm just going to take you through, maybe take you back a little bit on your journey to the beginning, right? And so, get to introduce yourself and also let me know how you got started with Mariam Grey. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I can start.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Esiaba, and I would say um, I grew up around healthcare. So right from when I was young, I saw really early how difficult it was for the average Nigerian to get simple care. And whilst I was a pharmacist, I still struggled with access, long queues, wrong information, and plenty avoidable stress. And at some point, I realized that this was not about a lack of hospitals. It was more about access, trust, and convenience. And I think, rather, I know that was when the idea of Mariam Grey started to form, because I wanted to build something simple that makes getting care very easy for everyone.
Yeah.
And okay, sure, go ahead.
No, you can continue. I'm listening. Are you done with
Okay.
that? Yeah, you can continue, please.
Yeah, that's just a brief introduction. And I would say what was the aha moment, basically.
Yeah.
Really turning point for us happened when, for me, happened when a family member needed urgent care, but it seemed like everything and everyone that should have helped or been smooth became a long journey. Finding a lab, getting the test done, picking up the results, getting the medications, it somehow all took time that we didn't quite have. And so I kept thinking, this shouldn't be this hard. And that it was the exact moment that it sort of clicked for me. Access is the real problem, not the medication or the treatment itself.
Okay. Thank you very much for this, Jennifer. I'm going to focus on your last statement where you mentioned access being like something that's very, very important. So can you like emphasize on the importance of access to healthcare?
Okay, I would say the biggest gap currently facing the Nigerian healthcare system is access. There are people willing to seek care. The system is quite slow, scattered, and very tiring, like we have all at some point experienced, or our families, our friends have experienced. When you have to find a lab, when you have to see a doctor, you have to get your hospital card, you have to get the medication. All of these activities, none of it is connected. You know, you have to, it's highly fragmented basically. So we stepped in to bring everything into one place so a person can start and finish accessing care without stress in one home.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So going a bit more into your journey, can you take us through what have been some of the biggest challenges for you that you've faced, especially as a female founder, building Miriam Gray, especially in the health tech space as well?
Firstly, biggest one definitely was trust, especially based off of where we come from and where we live. People want convenience, yes, but they also want to feel safe. The second is working in a very regulated space where we must get everything right. The third, I would say, like every other entrepreneur, is definitely funding. Health tech, healthcare needs time and resources to build well.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to note on the funding parts. actually. So I want to understand the concepts around that when it comes to funding your business, right? More particularly, how did you approach your financing vision in the early days of building Mariam Grey?
Bootstrapping, we bootstrapped from inception till much, much later. And we always reinvested whatever revenue we generated back into the business. We also leaned into partnerships and we definitely built lean. We were a very small team and everybody wore multiple hats. This helped us to manage the resources that we had. And we definitely focused on building value first before we started to chase any sort of funding. And it helped us to stay steady.
Okay. So as an entrepreneur, so was there a moment at any point in your journey where you, quote and unquote, nearly gave up, or where things felt a bit more challenging, more like, oh, this feels impossible, but I have to keep going? Has there been like moments like that for you?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that that moment comes at least once a month. So it's an ongoing thing. I mean, there were days when it felt like all of the weight was on my shoulders and it just felt like it was easier to walk away from everything. But what keeps me going in moments like this is remembering why we started and that everybody deserves simple, basic healthcare. Also, that the mission that we have at Mariam Grey is
Yeah.
bigger than the hard days. This is what keeps me and everyone on the team going.
All right, thank you very much. So compared to this, what has also been some of your best moments building Miriam Gray?
I would say definitely customer feedback. When you solve a medical or health challenge of a person and then they come back to you and start to refer people to you and people are coming and say, oh, this person referred me, or I'm coming from this person. You
Yeah.
understand that the person has built so much trust that they are sharing your journey and it's such a beautiful thing. It's very rewarding. These are some of the best moments that we've had when people show you pictures. Oh, remember that time that you guys helped us source this medication for my baby? Now my baby is 10 years old and in primary school. These are some rewarding things, moments that we have faced, and it's just very, very flattering.
Okay, thank you so very much for
You're
that.
welcome.
Yeah. So I know particularly because I know about Miriam Gray and I know about some of the things that you do. So I would say that Miriam Gray has made the like in the Nigerian healthcare basically has made healthcare more accessible to thousands of women out there, right? So would you like to shed more light on what do you think sets your approach apart from the other health tech companies that we have?
Okay. Before I sort of break down the question, I would like to say something. Um, we have a few features that set us apart from every other health tech company available, but I would first and foremost want to say that, we are very big on partnerships and we partner with a lot of the companies that you think we're being set apart from or you are supposed to be competitors with. Most of all of these companies are our partners, and we have realized that we've come to a space that when we work together, we can achieve the big goals quicker and faster. A few things that I feel give us pride or set us apart is the fact that whilst we all cater to online customers, people that have internet access, and all the other health tech companies do the same, nobody caters to people that do not have smartphones or don't have good internet access. And this is a segment of patients that we have equally captured using our USSD feature.
Thank you. That was a really profound answer. And thank you so much for that. And just very quickly as well, I would like you to take me through your personal journey as a founder, like how you get to balance, say, your personal life with your business.
Mhm. First and foremost, I would say That is an ongoing task that
Mm.
all of us are learning to cope with every single day. My journey as a founder has been a mix of courage, clarity, and constant learning. If you do not learn and update yourself, you will definitely fall off along the way. When I started Mariam Grey, I was tired of seeing people struggle to access safe and simple healthcare, nothing too chaotic or clumsy. Now, I had spent years in pharmacy and digital health, so I basically already understood the pain points. What I did not fully understand then was how to build, how hard it was to build while still showing up for life as a whole person, as Jennifer, not as pharmacist. And in the early stages, I tried to do everything by myself. I was working really, really long hours. I took every decision that was made very personally. I carried the weight of the mission on my shoulders. And obviously, you know what happens when you do that? I burnt out very quickly. I actually became physically sick. And for me, the shift came when I realized two things. The work will always be there. And secondly, I am the biggest asset to the company has. So I have to protect my energy and I have to protect my clarity. Now, my balance comes from structure. I plan my days every single day in blocks. I have learned to delegate early and not try to do everything by myself. I give every team member with us a sense of ownership. I always take breaks, short burst of health breaks where I walk around or just take a little stretch when I have long back-to-back meetings or during the day just to reset my mind. I feel refreshed after that. I think better. I perform better. I have learned to protect my evenings as much as possible when I can. And I keep one anchor routine that grounds me, like prayer time, quiet time. I like to paint. I'm learning to paint. So that is also an anchor task for me that keeps me human and not just working over time. In the course of my journey now, I have learned to separate Jennifer, the founder, from
Yeah.
Jennifer, the woman. The founder is a disciplined, decisive woman, female Jennifer, human Jennifer. I have dinner with my family. I rest. I like to go to lunch dates and movie dates. I enjoy simple things. And when I give space to both things equally, it helps me stay steady for the business and for my personal life as well. So while I'm still learning the balance, I am a lot more intentional now. And I love what I do and I love the people that I serve. The work is super important to me, but so is my well-being. So if I stay healthy, calm, and clear, then the company can grow in a healthier way as well.
Yeah, I very much agree with that because there's this popular saying that goes, health is wealth itself. So thank you very much for that, Jennifer. So for the young women who get to watch this and have interest in the health tech space as well, or want to build in the tech space in general, what advice would you give to as their first three steps towards this approach?
Um, I would say definitely there's the common statement that everyone hears, and I think I only started to relate to this statement recently. Do it afraid. There is never a good time to start something. My advice is simple. Start small. Always be curious to get better. Don't wait for perfect conditions because they will never come. Health tech or tech in general, it needs women who understand real problem, not just people who can build apps. Everybody can do that. We have tons and millions of developers who can do that. As a woman, your natural empathy, your lived experiences, and your eye for detail are strengths and not things that you should shy away from because they're things that would help you grow in your journey. And for the first three steps, I would definitely always recommend get one singular problem. You study the problem and that the people around you face. Don't start with one big, humongous idea. Start with a pain point. Maybe medication shortages, long queues on safe products, poor follow-up. Spend time listening to patients, nurses, pharmacists, doctors, or your family members and friends. Ask them, what is one thing that is such a problem for you regarding your health at this time? And this insight will guide your solution better than any paid course that you take. Secondly, will be learn the basic learn the basics of digital tools. You don't need to be an engineer. You don't need to be DevOps. Just understand how basic platforms work, how data flows, how users can behave online. You can take simple courses on product thinking, user research, or basic cybersecurity. These skills will help you lead your team and speak the same language as your developers so that you're not clueless in a meeting. And thirdly, I would say build a small version and test it fast. You can start with WhatsApp. You can start with a one-page website or a pilot, with one clinic. That's more than enough for you to start. The goal is not perfection, it's for you to learn how people respond. So the faster you test, the faster you grow. And I would say my final encouragement is this: your voice matters. So never keep quiet. Healthcare changes when people step in because we all see all the gaps differently. So don't shrink yourself. The industry needs your courage and your personal experience to grow.
Thank you. That was so insightful. Thank you very much for that, Jennifer. To wrap this up, um, just to wrap this up, right? I would like you to walk me through what success looks like for you. Basically, what does success looks like for Mariam Grey, not even for you as a founder, but yeah, for your business. So what does success looks like for Mariam Grey, and what do you hope it also means for the health tech in Nigeria in general for the next
That's a
three
heavy
to three
question.
to
Oh.
5 years? Yes.
That's a heavy question, especially the tail end of the question. Success for Miriam Gray is very clear in my mind. It's a time where getting care in Nigeria is very simple, safe, and fast. No matter who you are, whether you are a senator or you are a roadside bully seller. It's a time where people can book a test, speak to a doctor in English, in Igbo, in TIV,
Mm.
get their medications, and follow up from one trusted place without any fear of being overcharged or scared of they would think I'm too small to be here. Success is when millions of Nigerians use us as their first point of care because they know the experience is reliable every single time that they interact with us. It also means stronger community pharmacies because we partner with a lot of community pharmacies. We want to help them go digital, serve better, and grow. When they grow, we grow. When they become trusted, the patients win at the end of the day. So this ripple effect matters to us a lot. Now, for the second part of the question, for health tech in Nigeria, our success sends a very clear message. It shows that all of the local solutions that we're building from real Nigerian pain points can actually scale. It shows that trust, safety, convenience can all sit together and make things work. It shows that, you don't need to copy or imitate foreign systems to build something very solid. If we get it right, we help raise the standard for the entire industry. And my hope is that in 3 to 5 years, Mariam Grey becomes the platform that every single family in Nigeria thinks of first of all when they need care. Now, not because of clout or noise, but because we have earned their trust through consistent service over the years. That to me is real success.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Jennifer. I have just one more question to go, and
Okay.
it's actually out of curiosity, right?
Sure.
So I want to understand how you came up with the name Miriam Gray, because I know Miriam is like a Nigerian name, I want to believe. So I want to understand the concept or idea behind the coinage of Miriam Gray.
Um, I would like to give you a super fancy explanation for this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, that's fine.
unfortunately, my sister is Miriam, and growing up, we'd watch Grey's Anatomy. It's a medical show, and we ran through all these seasons, and it was something that we enjoyed thoroughly. Great family bonding time.
Yeah.
And so it was very personal to myself and my family. And then when it came time to start the business, I was like, oh, I need to draw something from here, from Grey's Anatomy. So that's the great part. And Miriam is just my sister. Everybody would ask me, why not Jennifer Grey? It doesn't sound as nice as Mariam Grey. That's it.
Oh, I totally get that now. Thank you very much. And just last one. So, in just 3 words, can you describe your journey in just 3 words?
Hmm. I'm struggling already because I would say, okay, 3 words: curious, learning,
Okay,
evolving.
evolving. All right. Thank you very much. And as agreed, we did not use up to 40 minutes on.
Definitely.
So thank you very much for getting on the call with me, Jennifer. Usually we process the editing for this, say, in the next 2 weeks. And before we put it out, we would always reach out for any maybe promotional materials that we need from you, like your image and profile. So when it's time for that, I would definitely reach out. But thank you so much for getting on this call with me, and I really appreciate on behalf of the SLA team, on behalf of the
Thank you so
growth
much as well.
team particularly, because we've been the one
Uh,
heading this campaign. So thank you.
thank you.
I hope you have a really wonderful day. Thank you.
You too. Have a great day ahead, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, then. Bye. Have a great
Bye.
day.